Yun. Good morning. Do you hear me loud and clear? Or mahina? Good morning sa inyo dyan. Good morning Baco, Lawrence, Obis, Laroya, Reza, Caringaldi, Gantone, Michiko. Hello sa inyo. Shout out. Char! Kunwari, streamer. Okay. Good morning, Ian. Okay. So, let's just wait for the others. Hello. Sige, send ko to dun sa group chat natin. Para makita ng iba. Hello. We'll have 2 lessons for today. Pero it's still about angles. So as you observe, ngayong third quarter, ang lesson natin lahat ay about geometry. Then, sa fourth grading, statistics naman. But that doesn't mean na kakalimutan nyo yung mga pinag-aralan natin ngayon for the third quarter. Kasi, kapag grade 8 na, that will be the continuation of this lesson. So, ayun. Okay, let's start. Start na ba? Okay, so let us start. Today's lesson will be about the sum of the interior angles of a polygon. Of different polygons, rather. So, before we start with that lesson, let us have first this short activity which is related to what we have discussed last week. So, from the given direction, you will just identify the number of the angles from column A to column B. Let us start. Number 1, triangle. It has how many angles? Chat your answers. Lagay nyo, number 1, letter, ganito. Triangle has how many angles? Okay? Lagyan nyo po ng number 1. 1D. One direction. Okay. So, triangle has 3 angles. How about number 2, pentagon? Wow. Number 2, pentagon. It has how many? Angles. Okay, I'm also sending it to our group chat so that yung mga students na hindi natin kasama dito ay makikita nila din. Okay, pentagon has 5 angles. How about nonagon? Number 3. Your answers are correct. Nonagon. Okay, it has 9 angles. Number 4, hexagon. Okay, your answers are correct. Blurred ba sa Sa YT ninyo? Hindi naman. Kasi medyo nagbe-blurred siya. Hindi naman blurred, no? Okay. Hexagon it has 6 sides. Dito maraming nalilito na students. Lagi nilang napapagbaliktad yung hexagon and heptagon. Hexagon has 6 sides. Heptagon, yung isa. And for the last one, octagon. Okay, that's correct. It has 5 angles. Okay, very good. So, ito yung common polygons na palaging nagagamit. Kaya dapat kabisado nyo rin yung names nila. So, where are we going to use this lesson? Just like from the title itself, sum of the interior angles, you must know how many angles does a polygon have? Or from the given polygon, ilan yung angle niya? For example, in here, from what we have studied last week, what is the sum of the 3 angles of a triangle? Ibig sabihin, ano yung kabuoang measurement ng angles ng triangle? Ano po yung kabuuan? When you add or when you get the total of those 3 angles, what's the total? That's correct, maestro. 180 degrees. That is the total measurement of all the angles of a triangle. So, you have to put in your mind that the measurement of all the angles of a triangle will always be 180 degrees. No matter how small it is, no matter how large or how big it is, as long as it is a triangle, the sum of the measurement of it is always 180. Okay po? So, wait lang. I'll use my laser point. Right. Where is it? Okay. So, for example, in here, in this illustration, this is an example of a right triangle because there is a right angle. So, when you get the remaining measurements of the other angles, the sum will be 180. Ito namang triangle na to, this is an obtuse triangle because there is one angle that measures more than 90. So, tatandaan palagi kahit ano pa ang itsuran or ano pang type ng triangle na yon, as long as it is a triangle, the sum is always 180 degrees. Now, how about with this one? What are the sum of the measures of angles of other polygons? Ibig sabihin, paano naman daw yung sum ng ibang polygons? As you can remember, last week we have just studied about triangles. Paano naman yung mga iba pa? So this is what we are going to do. So get your notebook and ball pen for this. Para meron kayong scratch. Pero pwede din naman you'll just solve this on your mind. Okay, do you already have your notebook and your ball pen? You have it with you? So let's start with quadrilaterals. Naghang ba? Hindi naman, no. So, let's try to have this one. Which of the following polygons is a quadrilateral? Meron ba? Kung meron, alin dyan? Kung wala, bakit wala? Which of the following polygons is a quadrilateral? Hello? Naghang ba? Hindi nag-move. Type your answers. Is there a quadrilateral? Meron o wala? Kung wala, bakit? Okay. There's no quadrilateral from the given illustrations because they are all triangles. Now, using these triangles, di ba I asked you to have scratch your paper and scratch? Di ba? Kanina sinabi ko, meron na ba kayo dyang scratch? Now, using these figures, try to draw, try to form a quadrilateral. So, gamit ang mga triangles na ito, itry nyo pong gumuhit, sumulat or makabuo ng quadrilateral. Okay. Sino po si Dennis Donadillo? Okay. From his answer, he said, add 2 triangles. Okay, also with bako. Yung red at blue po pagsamahin. Now, let's try to do that. Okay, Bolante. Hello, Bolante. So, let's try to do that. So, did you know that we can make quadrilateral from triangles? And how to do that? So, ayun, pinagsama natin yung red and blue. And then, we formed a quadrilateral. How about with the other one? So, we also formed a quadrilateral. So, as you observe, having 2 triangles, you can make a quadrilateral. From what we have defined before, quadrilateral has 4 sides, 4 angles, and 4 vertices. So, let's try to use one figure. So, if each triangle has a sum of 180 degrees, then what will be or what is the sum of the measures of a quadrilateral? That's correct. The sum of the measures of angles of quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Connect ko lang yung charger. So, since makakabuo pala tayo ng quadrilateral using 2 triangles, then the sum of the measurements of the interior angles of all quadrilateral is 180. Katulad kanina, doon sa triangle, diba? The sum of the measures of the interior angles is 180 degrees. Kahit gaano kalaki, kahit gaano kaliit. Same with quadrilaterals. Kahit ano pang itsura niya, as long as it is a quadrilateral, means as long as it has 4 sides and it has 4 angles, then the sum of the measures of all the angles of it will always be 360 degrees. Okay? Hello? Okay ba kayo dyan? Well, how about pentagon? Using your scratch, try to draw a pentagon. From what we have studied, pentagon has 5 sides. Nakagawa ba kayo? Paano kayo nakagawa? Hello? Try to form a pentagon. Have you tried? Okay. So let's have this as our illustration. As you observe, we have, again, triangles. And how many triangles we have? We have 3 triangles. Well, did you know that using 3 triangles, you can form a pentagon? So, class, pag nalilito kayo what a pentagon is or how does it look, i-associate nyo yung pentagon sa bahay. Okay? So, in here, we can make a pentagon. Yan. So, ayan ha, parang bahay. Now, as you observe, we've used triangles to form a pentagon. So, as you observe, we already have 5 sides and 5 angles. Now, since each triangle has a sum of 180 degrees, what will be the sum of the measures of the angles of a pentagon? A while ago, sa rectangle, the sum is 360 degrees. What do you think will be the sum of a pentagon? That's correct, Michiko. 540. Okay. So if there are missing angles, you can easily solve for it because you already know the total measurement of all the angles. Okay, so that is 540. Who is Canseco? Hello. Hello. So the sum of the measures of angles of a pentagon is 540 degrees. Okay? Now, okay, wait lang ha. Ayan. So let us try to complete the following table. Okay we started with triangles. So a triangle has 3 sides, right? And to form a triangle, you just need 1 triangle. And what is the sum of interior angles of a triangle? Type your answers. What is the sum? Hello? Okay, the sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Yung kanina to. How about with quadrilateral? Okay, type your answer. Sunod-sunod. Quadrilateral. Katulad niya, no? And then, identify the number of sides. Then, identify how many angles are needed to form a quadrilateral. And then, identify the sum of the interior angles of a quadrilateral. Okay? And then we'll check if your answers are correct. Type nyo po yung answers horizontally. Okay, so let's check. Quadrilateral has 4 sides. And we need 2 triangles to form a quadrilateral. And since there are 2 triangles needed to form, then the sum of the interior angles of it is 360 degrees. Very good. Your answers are correct. How about with pentagon? Blurred ba? Hindi naman. Okay, with pentagon, identify the number of sides, the triangles needed, and the sum of the interior. That's correct. Your answers are correct. It has 5 sides. You needed 3 triangles. And the sum of the interior angles of it is 540 degrees. Well, how about the other polygon? Paano naman daw yung iba? Okay, answer this one. Hexagon. Hexagon has how many sides? And what do you think will be the number of triangles needed to form? And the sum of the interior angles. Oh, may nauna nang sumagot. Okay, si Maesto and si Eka. Let's try to check if your answers are correct. Hexagon has 6 sides, and therefore you need 4 triangles to form, and the sum of the interior angles is 720 degrees. Very good. Okay. How about heptagon? Heptagon. Okay. 7 sides, 5 triangles needed to form, and then 900. So, how about with octagon? This will be the last one. Octagon. Your answers are correct? Okay, 8 sides, 6, and then 1080 degrees. So, do you observe something? So, in here, we'll try to have a formula so that when we are looking for other polygons, we can easily identify the sum of the interior angles. So, for example, with n-gon, n, wait, n means the number of sides. So, halimbawa, 20, 30, 36, 58. So, that is the representation of the polygon. N-gon. Very good, your answers are correct. N-gon. Now, if this is the n-gon, then the number of sides will be n. So, halimbawa, ito ay 30-gon, which means 30-sided polygon. So, pag kinabisa kasi natin lahat ng names ng polygons, mahihirapan tayo. So, we can just replace by the number of sides, 30-gon. And then, we will have how many sides? Edi 30 din. Now, what do you observe with the triangles needed to form? Paano nyo nakuha? Ano yung formula sa palagay nyo? At ano yung napansin nyo? Paano nakukuha yung triangles needed? Even though without illustration, even though we didn't draw the hexagon, the heptagon, and the octagon, how did you get the triangles needed to form these angles? Ano po yung ginawa? Anyone? Halimbawa, di ba? If it's a triangle, it has 3 sides. Isa lang ang mabubuong triangle. Yung 4, no, you will relate it to the number of sides. You add 1 kasi continuous lang yung polygon. You will relate it to the number of sides. What do you observe? 3-sided figure or 3-sided polygon, it has only 1 angle. 4-sided polygon, you have 2 triangles needed to form. 5-sided, you only have 3. You will not relate it vertically. You have to relate it to the number of sides. Ano yung napapansin nyo? 3, naging 1, 4, naging 2, 5, naging 3, 6, 4 lang, 7, 5 lang, 8, 6 lang. What do you observe? Again, you have to relate it to the number of sides. Okay, maestro, that's correct. Maravilla and Karingal and Lawrence, that's correct. As you observe, you subtract or you will subtract 2 from the number of sides. So, from there, we can see that the formula will be n minus 2. So, ibig sabihin, you can still solve it or you can still find the sum of the interior angles regardless kung gaano siya kadami. As long as you know na you have to subtract 2. Diba? And then what did you do to get the sum of the interior angles? Ano yung ginagawa to get the sum of the interior angles? After you subtract 2, diba kung mapapansin nyo? 3 minus 2, 1. 4 minus 2 is 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. And so on. Now, how did you get the sum of the interior angles? Okay, are you sure you will add? That's correct. Yung may gamit ng account na Donadillo. Sino na nga uli yung may gamit ng account na yon? You will multiply it to 180. Yan. So, as you observe, after you subtract 2, you will multiply it to 180. A while ago, you're just adding 180 kasi continuous lang. Magkakasunod lang yung given na polygon. Right? So, paano kung hindi? Ano yung gagawin? Okay, that's correct. So, let's try to use that in here. So, we will use the formula, Decagon. Decagon has 10 sides. So, find the 2 remaining info that we need to find out. So, if it's a decagon, how many triangles are needed to form a decagon if it has 10 sides? And then, ilan yung sum of the interior angles? Okay, that's correct. Michiko. 8 and then 1,440. How about with this? 20 gon or 20-sided polygon. Very good. So, I have the screenshots of your answers. A 20-sided polygon is also known as Hexagon. So, it has 20 sides. So, what will be the other answers to complete the table? Okay, 18 and then 3,240. So, 18 times 180. You always have to subtract 2. So, 18 times 180. So, we have 3,240 degrees. Okay, how about with this? 26 gon or icosahexagon. Icosahexagon. It should be 3,240. Okay? 26 sides, 24 triangles, and 4,320. Gets po? Gets o gets na gets? Late pala yung sa live chat, no? Late dumadating yun. Okay, very good. Gets? Gets na gets. Now, what if yung kabaligtaran naman yung ibibigay? Ibig sabihin, yung sum ang given. At ang hahanapin mo naman ay yung number of sides. So, yung kabaligtaran na kanina, ang given ay yung number sides, ang hahanapin ay yung kabuoang interior angles. Ngayon, yung kabaligtaran. For example, in here, this is what we did a while ago. After knowing the number of sides, we subtract 2. Because these are the needed triangles to form the given polygon. And after you subtract 2, you multiply it to 180. Ngayon, yung kabaliktaran, then, we will also do the opposite. Ano yung kabaliktaran ng multiplication? Okay, you will divide it naman. That's correct. Loading nga. Medyo late. You will divide. That's correct. So, nag-load. So, you will divide it by 180. And if a while ago you subtract, ano naman yung gagawin? After you divide, you will, that's correct, you will add. So, ito naman yung gagawin. Tandaan ha. Sige, I'll send this to our group chat. Okay, so let's try to use that in here. If the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a convex polygon is 3,600 degrees, then how many sides does the polygon have? Ayan. So first, you will divide. So when you divide it by 180, divide 3,600 by 180. What's the answer? Naghahanga. So the answer will be 20. And then you will add 2. So yung pabaliktad naman yung gagawin mo. After you divide, you will add 2. So how many sides? 22. Ayan. Paurong po. Paurong. So, it means that it is a 22gon or a 22-sided polygon. Nakuha po. Gets ba? Yung iba medyo nalito. Paurong. Gets? Gets na gets. Let's try this. If the sum is 8,280. Ay! Sige, write your answer. 8,280. Like this. Yung katulad kanina, 22 gon, 22 sides, 20, and then 3,600. Ganito yung kanina. Paano yung ngayon? So, you will chat 4 answers. Sunod-sunod from Polygon to the sum. Sunod-sunod din na. Yung final answer. Anong gon siya? Left to right. Left to right. Not right to left. Left to right tayo. Okay. So, may tama na si Ian. It is a 48 gon with 48 sides. Bawal mabaliktad ha. 48 sides pa rin. But, the triangles needed, yun yung 46. Ay, wow! Very good. Sinerch yung name. Octagon. Okay. It is a 48-sided polygon. 48. Okay. Last one. If the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a convex polygon is 17,640 degrees. Yan. Find the remaining information to be completed. How many? Again, you will divide and you will add 2. Naku, hindi natin natapos. Meron pa tong kasunod na lesson. So, magkaroon na lang tayo again ng consultation para dun sa remaining lesson. Okay, correct. So, divide it by 180. You have 98. And then, you'll add 2. So, this means that it is a 100-sided polygon. Nice one. Sinerch yung name. So, the name of this polygon is Hexagon. It's hard to pronounce. Hexagon. Very good. See? It's really hard to memorize all those names of a polygon. It has name. It's just that it's very long if we're going to memorize all of it. Okay. Gets po? Gets ba? Gets? Gets na gets. Pause agad. Okay. So, ito lang po muna. Kasi, next subject na TLE. Meron pa tong kasunod eh. Mag-set na lang ako uli kung kailan yung kasunod. So, that's all for today. And again, I will send this to our group chat. By the way, lesson number 6 pa rin to. Lesson 6 pa rin siya. Medyo mahaba kasi yung lesson 6. Wala pa yung module, pero I think this week siya ibibigay. Sabi, kasi yung module ay nasa school na, ipapaayos na sa amin bukas. Pero hindi pa naglabas talaga ng schedule. So, sana makompleto na. So, again, this is lesson number 6. We have to finish the remaining of this kasi dapat lesson 7 na tayo. Our lesson 7 will be about circles. Okay? So, again, thank you and bye-bye. Bye! Jen, 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 jen. Jen, jen, jen. Gusto ko sana lagyan ng sound, kaso copyright. Bye! Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, bye, bye. Thank you also. Welcome, welcome.